Hello everyone, Mythic here, and welcome back to another video on Total War Troy. This video is going to be an AI-only battle for the city of Troy itself. It's in the name. but I walk a fine line every day of being a blatant thief and somebody who's willing to credit my ideas to others. Especially when those ideas aren't mine. but I'm going to be doing, AI-only battle. You've seen the title. We're going to be doing the Trojans versus the Achaeans, or Achaeans, depending on how you want to say it. I prefer Achaean, but the game says Achaean, and I'm just going to roll with it. But we have Paris of Troy, Hector of Troy, and Dardania, or Dardania, I don't know, versus Mycenae, Ithaca, Sparta, and Pythia. Now you see a fourth Paris of Troy, or you see a fourth Trojan, second Paris of Troy, and that's me. I've just got my fighter. I don't do any fighting in the battle. I just sit at the little top, and I pretend to be King Priam of Troy, who gets slaughtered on the altar of Zeus. Oh well. And I think I'm going to cut this part, put it in the front of the video. Please forgive me for this slight continuity glitch. I want you guys to tell me in the comments if you want me to do the army compositions, because I know it can be long-winded, and of course I'll leave a little annotation down here, which will let you, will tell you the time you need to skip to actually start the battle if you don't want to hear me talk. But tell me in the comments if you guys want me to continue doing the army compositions before the battles, or if you think that's unnecessary. I'm going to quickly run you guys through the army rosters. So starting off with Paris of Troy, we have Paris, the man himself, 1 unit of shielded spear warriors, 3 units of Phrygian warriors, and another 3 units of renowned Phrygian axemen, followed by a champion of Troy, 1 light skirmisher, 4 units of exemplary Trojan slingers, 2 Trojan nobles, and heavy Trojan chariots and giant champions. And now if we go on to Hector of Troy, we have Hector of Troy himself, the man, the myth, the legend. We have 1 unit of militia warband, 3 units of heavy shock spears, 1 unit of Trojan defenders, 2 units of champions of Troy, 1 unit of Hector's chosen, a very fine unit. We have 1 unit of Trojan slingers, 3 renowned archers, 1 heavy Trojan chariot, 1 Corybantes, and a Minotaur. Now if we go into Dardania, we have Aeneas, we have 2 Dardanian mob, we have 1 shieldless spear, 1 Dardanian sword fighter, 1 heavy Anatolian spearman, 1 renowned Dardanian sword fighter, 2 Dardanian defenders, 1 unit of fearless swordsmen, 1 unit of fearless swordsmen with buffs, 2 units of Dardanian chargers, 1 heavy Anatolian skirmisher, 2 Anatolian slingers, 1 heavy Trojan chariot, 2 harpies, and 1 centaur elders. So, that wraps up the armies on the Trojan side. And if we move over to Mycenae, we have Agamemnon, 2 shielded clubmen, 1 shielded spearman, 1 armored spearman, 1 armored swordsman, 2 armored chargers, 1 armored charger and 2 Agamemnon's guards, Agamemnon's champions, 4 units of renowned slingers, 1 bows of Mycenae, 1 reinforced chariot, and 1 Spartoi. By the way, Spartoi, I must say, are probably my favorite units from what I've seen so far. They are really cool, guys. Next, we're going to move on to Ithaca with Odysseus, 1 light spearman unit, 1 spear runner, 1 heavy shielded spearman, 2 warriors of Ithaca, 2 Odysseus midnight runners, 1 heavy island skirmisher, 2 renowned armored slingers, 2 guerrilla stalkers, 1 reinforced skirmish chariots, 1 unit of sirens, and a cyclops. Next we move on to Menelaus of Sparta. We have Menelaus. We have 1 unit of axemen, 1 unit of shielded spearmen, 1 unit of renowned Laconian axemen, 1 unit of light spear runners, 2 heroic axe warriors, 2 axe champions. We have 5 renowned armored slingers, 1 reinforced chariot, 1 unit of Spartoi, and another unit of Spartoi with buffs. And finally we go to Pythia, led by Achilles, with his renowned club warriors, 2 Thessalian marines, 1 heavy swordsman, 3 units of renowned Pythian spears, 2 units of Pelagic Thessalians, 1 unit of spear-fighting Myrmidons. We have 1 unit of Achaean slingers, 2 armored slingers of renown, 1 reinforced chariots, 1 savage centaur warriors, and 1 armored giant spearman. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy. This battle is actually pretty cool. I'm rather impressed with the Total War AI, as they do some tactics that I wouldn't usually expect. But then again, there are some parts that make me sit back and realize, yeah, this is still a Total War game. Alright guys, welcome to the battle. So as we can see, we have my little King Priam. Not the actual King Priam, because there's no playable faction for him. So I've just put a little fighter here, and I'm going to sit in the center of Troy and do nothing the entire battle, basically, until I have to. Alright, so let's take a look at the map real quick. So as we can see, there are 3 layers of defense. There's the lower city, the middle city, and the upper city. I'm just going to be sitting here. I won't get involved in the battle, as this is an AI-only fight. But we have 5 areas that the enemy seem to be attacking from, and we have our units spread across the line. So as we see over here, we have Aeneas and Paris. They're pretty close together, and then not too far around the front is Hector. Now I'm a little worried because Menelaus is on this side, and we have no actual generals here. We have no heroes. The bulk of the AI attack seems to be focused in here, while there are a couple smaller forces on these sides. We've got Achilles on this side, which is quite odd. He's leading a very small force. I'll play it on slow motion, and they're going to immediately get over here, but it seems like Odysseus and Menelaus might actually be leading the main assault, because they've got Ithaca, Spartan units. They have some of Agamemnon's units too. It seems that they're all just kind of split up, but oh well. We can see that they brought a bunch of chariots, and Odysseus really isn't moving. I think Odysseus might want to just sit back with the chariots. I'm not sure. One thing I do like is how they made the centaurs just cavalry. I know some people complain about that, but I think it's pretty great. I just think it's a novel thing. As you can see, there's these really cool siege towers, which look like wooden horses. Obviously, throwback to the Trojan horse. But yeah, so they seem to be coming in with their pretty good spearmen here. They've got a unit of heroic axe warriors as well as a renowned spearmen. Now over here, I noticed something that makes me very happy. And what is he doing? Achilles' forces just decided to leave their siege towers. Okay. I noticed a unit of Spartoi over here a little bit ago. And like I said, the Spartoi are my favorite guys. These guys are awesome looking. I mean, just look at those beautiful units. Absolute chads. Let's take a look at Achilles. Lord of the Myrmidons. He's got his nice little armor here. He's kind of chad. It seems like this is where the earliest fighting is going to be, because these guys are getting pretty close to the wall. If we come on this side, again, the siege towers are making their way.
Your ally is being attacked.
Oh, our ally is being attacked. Oh yes, it is this side of the battle.
Your warriors have spotted hidden
Aeneas
foes.
and Paris have gotten much closer together. As I think they're just gonna end up picking apart Achilles. Like, look at this unit of renowned slingers. These are Ithacans, but they're already breaking and routing. Not sure why they didn't take their siege tower. Their morale's already shaken. You can hear them talking about the defeat. And he's really wasting this unit of Odysseus' midnight runners. I mean, this is a pretty good unit, and he's just getting them shot to pieces. Bruh. Yeah, stuff just not seem to be going well for Achilles, but as we look on the main wall, the siege towers are finally arriving. Over here, they're also getting closer, and
the enemy attacks the
Menelaus
gates.
is just coming up with 2 rams. But back over here, the first siege towers are letting off their men. We've got a unit of the heroic axe warriors, which are considering it. Now they're going in. They're being faced by the champions of Troy, which is a very strong unit, so I think they should be able to beat the axemen. Oh, and they're dealing with a unit of Odysseus' midnight runners. These guys are
The foe's ladders have a foothold on your wall.
The champions of Troy are very good. I can't believe I forget the name when it's right in front of me. Is the gate open? Yes, it seems that Hector is... He's got a unit of Anatolian slingers that were outside of the wall. Ram's coming up. Is it just going to go right through? I'm not sure, but right here on the wall, it seems to be that it's really just these Dardanian defenders and champions of Troy holding off. There's a lot of attackers, and I'm not sure if they're going to be able to hold their ground. Of course, back over here on the Achilles side, he's doing no better, as he's gotten his entire army slaughtered. For an immortal man, he sure really doesn't care about anyone else. Though, I guess that makes sense. If we look over here, it also could get quite worrying. There's a lot of infantry here. While they're not as good as the troops on the other side, there's also a lot less to defend. like a lot less defenders, because this is where the majority of Trojan soldiers have decided to be. Menelaus is still taking his time, as Odysseus just has not moved. Also, very sorry for the lag, guys. It's a very graphically intense game, and with the amount of troops here, it is pretty big. Yeah, but Odysseus has just decided not to go anywhere. It seems like it's going pretty well for these people on the wall so far. Despite being wildly outnumbered, they're killing a lot, but these champions of Troy are really starting to take some casualties. Again, Achilles is really just doing nothing. He's getting shot at by Paris, I think. Oh, wow. Oh, he's got a little Cyclops here. Oh man, he's letting the Spartoi just get shot to bits. I love that unit. Yeah, that's totally Paris, just like shooting Achilles to death. Oh no, he was actually going for those bows of Mycenae.
The foe's siege equipment has been destroyed.
If we look over here, we've got a little fight. It seems that some of their units have gotten off the wall because these Dardanian defenders and champions of Troy are almost beaten. We've got heavy shock spears versus heavy shielded spearmen. Who shall be the victor of this battle of spears? But these guys are more two-handed and these guys have shields. So I think I'd put my money on these guys, but they're outnumbered, and I don't know why Hector isn't just coming in and absolutely destroying them. Oh wow, on this side the wall forces are completely broken, and the Spartan and Mycenaean troops
The enemy
are
is
already
trying
down.
to capture the gates.
Over here we've got... What's Menelaus up to? No, he hasn't climbed the wall yet. They're doing decent on the wall, and I think they'll be able to hold these back because they have a lot more people, but I would really be worried about this area down here. The AI does not have a lot in the way of troops, and this is seemingly the best thing that's happening for the enemy right now. Achilles is sending forward some of his Odysseus is sending forward some of his chariots, but they seem to be stuck at the gate as the rams have had a pile up. And another unit of champions of Troy have arrived, and they have just beaten these heavy shielded spearmen to death. Achilles is he on the wall? No, he's still off the wall. Basically, Achilles' force is completely destroyed at this point. Paris is shooting at him. His slingers and bows is all he has left. I'm not sure. Wait, what? Okay, well the enemy have oh, it's broken. They have a unit of light shielded spearmen in there. Yeah, things seem to be going kind of worryingly on these two wall segments over here, but in the center by the gates, everything seems to be fine. Menelaus is still outside the wall, but for the most part, the infantry over here are gone. It is not looking good for our Greek attackers. Oh, Paris is, no, it's Aeneas and Paris have thrown down their special ability, allowing them to be stronger. And oh wow, they seem to have left this side completely empty, and now their heavy shock spears are getting flanked by these Odysseus Midnight Runners. Is that... I mean, they might just get outflanked. What the AI really needs is they need to open the gates to try to get their cavalry and mounted forces in, because the numbers are not on their side. They're outnumbered by 300 already, and they're attacking. The Greeks are not doing so great, but on this side, they've broken through. Now, there's still some stiff resistance here, but if I were the AI, and obviously the AI is the only AI, they can just go around into this area. We have a unit of Harpies valiantly holding the line. Oh, but I don't think they're going to do well. These guys were not meant for melee combat. They're getting torn to pieces. And we've got another unit of light spearmen. No, that's a renowned archers versus light spearmen. Probably a fight that's not going to go well. Where is... All of the leaders are over here still.
Has claimed
Oh!
the enemy here.
One of them died. Who was it? Oh, it was Achilles. You know, that really does not surprise me. Did he... The little symbol was showing up on the ladder. Did he die trying to climb up? Achilles' body has been claimed by the earth. Well done, that's the end of the Myrmidons, apparently, or their leader at least. Over here, stuff's really falling apart for them. I really thought they'd be able to take this area, but More reinforcements are being sent in the form of a few giant champions. I do actually like the giants to a degree because they're tall men, basically. Tall, heavily armed men. But they're only like a head taller, they're not like twice the size. So it's a nice little thing. Oh, heavy Trojan chariots have gotten engaged with some shield clubmen. I tend to think that's not going to go well for the shielded clubmen, but they do have bronze armor. So, that's good. Over here, we've got some issues. Menelaus is now in the thick of the fighting. He's just bopping some of these spear mob. You're really brave. You know, you're fighting lightly armed peasantry. Oh, but they've got a... Oh, you know, that's his guys with a buff. Apparently Achilles is buffing Beyond the Dead. Interesting. Odysseus is still not moved. Only a couple chariots have moved up. Over here, it's really not looking good at all. They've already got troops wavering. I hope they can break through here because, like I said, the Greeks seem to be taking the brunt of the damage, and they're not getting much in return. Oh, Hector's coming over. Are we going to get to see a fight between him and Menelaus? Oh, where's he going? Hector, what are you up to? Oh, he's charging in. Is he going to fight these axe champions? Yes, sir. Oh, wow. Absolute bop. Get him. Bruh. They're just running away. Yeah. Like, okay. This area seems to be of the utmost concern for the Greeks, right? Or for the Trojans right now. Over here, because this is where the majority of Trojan troops are, they seem to be handling things, but if they, like, flank these guys, this entire side and this part of the lower city probably is going to fall to the Mycenaeans. Menelaus is just going deeper into the city, and it seems like Paris and Aeneas are falling back. Are they really that worried about this area? Like, they're both moving towards the upper layer of the city. This is actually kind of cool. I haven't really seen the AI do something like this before. Like, wow. The AI is actually making an organized retreat to a higher level of the city. They've got a few troops back here still, but they do seem to be pulling a good chunk of their forces back. Yeah, even here. That's actually really cool. Again, Hector and Menelaus have just kind of switched sides, and now Menelaus is just fighting more of these shielded mob. And he is absolutely massive compared to them. How have they not run away already? They're just trying to kick him around, he's not falling. What are you guys trying? He's just gonna bop you. Over here, it's still a bit of a stalemate. The AI needs to get a good flank. They need to just break this area and move forward. They might be able to get up here before, like, the remainder of the Trojan forces do, and then they won't have to attack uphill. But even Hector is heading towards the upper city now. It seems like the Trojans have really decided to back out of the lower city and defend the middle city. We have the Minotaur here. Oh wow, just a
the enemy
big
has
hairy
captured
guy.
the gates.
The gates have fallen. Oh, Odysseus is finally coming forward with his cavalry force. How are the numbers? Ooh, it's really not in favor of the Greeks, however. 800 men less than the Trojans. And the Trojans are still pulling back. Though maybe discretion is the better part of valor. They maybe just don't want to have to deal with defending this huge area when their troops are already strained. Ooh. Everyone down here is broken. And that does not bode well. I'm not 100% sure that this is recoverable for the Greek forces, but they can certainly make an attempt. A lot of Trojans that seem to try to be getting up to where their leaders are, but they just aren't making it, or I don't know, they seem to be fighting people now. They aren't really retreating as much. Maybe they've decided they just didn't want to defend this part of the city. But they've definitely pulled back for a more defendable area. We've got Odysseus and Agamemnon here. What's he gonna do with these reinforced chariots? They're just gonna charge these 4 champions of Troy? Are they? No, they're... Wait, what? Are they gonna... Who are you fighting? Do something, please! I beg of you. Yeah? And Menelaus doing the thing he always does, chasing down lightly armored opponents. And then destroying them. Well, it seems to me now that the Greeks are firmly in control of the Trojan lower city. There's only a few pockets of resistance. But you can see the fog of war is closing up on this area as the Trojans are being pushed back. I mean, but if need be, they've got another 2 layers of city to defend from. Like, if they got some archers up here and just held this with their champions, I doubt they'd fall. Oh, they're not a nice Phrygian warrior unit. I love these guys. They are awesome. Aeneas is awfully alone. I wonder if Agamemnon could beat him in a fight. I don't know, I think Agamemnon's too beat up. But he has better armor, I believe. What's Odysseus up to? Odysseus is just now fighting these Trojan nobles with his chariot. He's the chariot god. The king of chariots. Is he gonna go for the Phrygians? He is, he's just gonna full send. Is he? Bruh. Knocking him over. There's a... Oh, Hector's chosen. Now this is a very cool unit. Look at these guys. They're kind of like proto-Romans. Which, if you guys know a little bit about ancient history, it is part of like the Roman foundation myth, Romulus and Remus. Well, in part of that foundation myth, it says that the Trojans, people, refugees from Troy, were the ones that founded Rome after the battle. And they were led by Aeneas, this guy. So, you know, we have the Iliad and the Odyssey, but written by the poet Virgil, we also have the Aeneid, which is the story of Aeneas taking a bunch of Trojan refugees to found Rome. And he is the ancestor of Romulus and Remus. And that's a whole different story, but it's the fan fiction of the fan fiction, let's say. The Minotaur and Hector are just kind of together. Odysseus is just shooting the Minotaur. If I were him, I'd be shooting Hector because I think he's a bit more of an issue right now. Paris is pretty beat up, but he's the only one that's really sustained damage on the Trojan hero side. Achilles is already dead. It's an issue for the attackers. I don't really see any Myrmidon troops still in the battle, which is a shame. Oh, well, no, there's a couple. Alright, I take back what I said. The Myrmidons are still fighting. Yeah. So, like, I don't actually know how this ends, because, like, I didn't play this battle out. I just kind of, like, started it and left, and took the replay. But it seems like it's going to come to a conclusion pretty soon, which is interesting to me, because it seems like the Greeks have made some headway finally, but looking at their forces while they're trying to regroup, they're just too beat up. Ooh, let's take a look at this Agamemnon's guard unit. Two-handed halberdiers. Oh, wow. I love the units in this game. They look awesome. They did a really good job with the modeling. The meshes are much better than the ones in Warhammer, because I feel like in Warhammer, a lot of the units end up with, like, lower poly meshes. But these units are all really high quality. I mean, I'm not even on the highest graphics settings. I'm on, I think, second highest. Agamemnon and Menelaus are working together to fight some Phrygian warriors and heavy Anatolian spearmen. They're just kind of doing it. Oh, is Aeneas gonna join? Oh, I need to see some. I need to see some hero-on-hero combat. Menelaus looks like he's about to die, but I want to see some fighting. Aeneas is trying to reach, but he's having to wade through his own troops. Come on. Oh, he's in there. Who's he fighting? He's fighting, who's that? Agamemnon. With his golden mace. Ooh. Wait, is Agamemnon fleeing?
Victory is close enough to taste.
Agamemnon's just running away. He was doing well, too.
Defeat is looming.
Where did, Menelaus go? Oh, Menelaus just booked it. Odysseus booked it, too. it seems like the Greeks have just run away. They still have a lot of troops. I would have thought the death of Agamemnon would have been the catalyst that caused the end of the battle, but it seems like they've just decided, nah, we're out. I guess this was one of their attacks, and they're just gonna retreat, regroup, and wait another 10 years. But geez, yeah, they really got knocked out. They're all running. Just, wow. So I guess these last couple seconds are just them running away, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll take a look at the battle stats in a second, but please, if you guys think this is a good idea for a video, I could do a few of these. I could even do like Apollo had a little tug of war series, which I can talk about more if you guys are interested, but yeah, if you guys like this, let me know. Tell me what you think of the game. So if we look at the losses here, Paris lost about half of his army. Hector lost a good chunk of his army, only having 200 men left, but Aeneas and Paris still had about half of their troops remaining, even more on Paris' side. Agamemnon, they all faced pretty similar casualties, losing between 700 and 800. So they're not doing so hot, but I feel like they still had enough troops to try something. You know? Anything at all. It says, the Vanquisher was damaged too, which I don't know how he would get damaged, but apparently King Priam was damaged. Anyway guys, like I said, hope you enjoy it. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and Mythic out.